Right, hopefully you guys can hear me. Quick video. That's my dog. You all right, Luna? Good girl. Quick video. I just really wanted to do a quick video showing you some of the... You joining in? Just a real quick video showing you some of the nutrition and the kit that I'm going to be using during Endure24. I thought I'd come outside. We're having another nice weekend here in the UK. Why not make the most of the sun? So first I've got this box and I'm going to go through what nutrition that I'm going to go through, and then I'll go and get another box which has got all of my kit. So this isn't complete. Everything in here, this isn't a complete kit at the moment because there are going to be some other things in here that I need to buy sort of the day before so that they're nice and fresh. And the other thing is, to some people this might be like, oh, that's not the right food to eat, but I've been testing this food and it works for me. So I'm going to go with this for this event anyway. Mostly because it's a 24-hour event. I think the nutrition approach is a little bit different to if it was, say, a marathon. You could get a marathon done with, perhaps just gels and things like that, but I need some real food. I obviously still need to be eating my normal sort of meals each day to making sure that I'm getting enough energy. So we have got all sorts in here. We'll start off with some crisps. There for when I'm really sort of craving something a bit salty, I guess. So I've got the Old Faithful crisps, the Old Faithful Walker's crisps. And that's the other thing is, I'm hoping you look at this and think that I've got too much, because I want to have too much. What I have got is choice. So, if I fancy something, and I'm hoping that means I've got it. Now, the first thing I wanted to look at was main meals. What can I have that's a good hearty meal that I can still run on it, but it gives me plenty of calories and what have you. And again, I have run with these, so I know that these work. But I've gone for Wayfarer, who make camping food actually. So I've got a few camping food dishes. So we've got a Moroccan style bean stew there. We've got an all day breakfast. We've got a chicken tikka. I've pretty much got two of each. Meatballs and pasta. A couple of mac and cheese. And another meatball and pasta. So yeah, these are, like I say, these are good hearty meals. Each one of these packs is got 300 grams of food inside it. This one, for instance, is 122 calories per 100 grams. So there we've got sort of 360 something calories in that little pack. And they are quite small. And I like these. These go down well for me. They do give me plenty of energy. So they're actually really nice. And the other good thing is they're pre-cooked, so I can eat these hot or cold if I want to. So like I say, I have got support with me. We have got the ability to cook. You just put these in hot water, so I can message ahead and say, look, I fancy, I don't know, mac and cheese cold or mac and cheese hot, and then they can prepare that for me for when I get round. So that's kind of my main meals. I've also got a couple of pots of porridge that I'll be tucking into, particularly for my breakfast on the day that we start. Then we've got other things like, now all these are I bought these from the local B&M store. Now I've done that because, well, for a couple of reasons. One, they're really cheap. I can get them when I need them. And I actually quite like them. So these are called the Big Bro Protein Flapjack. So I've got a few protein flapjacks. I probably need to pick up a couple more, different flavours there. But again, these work for me. I'm quite happy with them. And then there's a few other bars as well. So I've got things like a Warrior Crunch, a Bounty High Protein, which is my favourite. And we've got things like another raw flapjack. But that's kind of the bulk of my food. Then we've got sort of a load of gels, which we've got in here as well. The gels I will use sparingly, but they're kind of, if I need some more of that instant hit, then we've got that. And we've also got things like jelly babies. I've got some wine gums. I use High Five tablets for electrolytes, so I've got plenty of those. And then I've got a couple of backups, you know, sort of just in cases. I've got a what is in effect, let's be honest, it's a pot noodle. But that's instant noodles, chicken flavoured, and a couple of also backups, which are pasta pots, pasta in sauce. So I've got a couple of those as well. So this is all tried and tested. It all sits well with me. I'm quite happy eating all of this stuff. And the other thing that I'm still yet to put in here is I'm going to make some sandwiches, some cheese sandwiches, to use those as and when I need to. And also some fruit. I'm going to buy some bananas and some other like oranges and stuff, just to try and, you know, mix things up and break things up a little bit. I'm really conscious of getting a sore tummy, and I'm also really conscious of, if I keep having the same food all the time, that I'm going to get fed up of eating it. But I think my body will start craving certain things, whether it's sweet or salty, or whether it's sweet or savoury. I think I've got most of the bases covered. Right, that's me food. Now onto the kit. Right, now for the kit. And what am I going to be wearing? What am I going to be carrying? I think I've got everything. So first things, I'm going to talk about the top that I'll be wearing. And this is obviously the Alzheimer's Research UK top that they kindly sent to me. So I'll be initially wearing this. I'm sure I've only got one of these. So either, I've got two options. I can either see if they've got any for sale when I get there, because unfortunately on the website they don't have any available at the moment. Or what I will be doing otherwise is just the tops that you've all seen me in before, the tops that I wear every day when I'm running. They're all tried and tested, so there's nothing going to be new that I've never used before. I know I just mentioned I could use a new one of those, but I would imagine they're the same top. It should run the same way. So yeah, there we are. Shorts that I'll be wearing. I've actually been through a good few pairs of different shorts, both cheap and expensive. And I've settled on these because I really like them. Now, I've tried some cheap Amazon ones, I've tried some expensive Ron Hill ones, and being a curvy guy, we get a bit of chub rub every now and then. But with these are where I've seen the most success. Now, these are actually from Fabletics. I forget what they're called. It's something like the One Fundamental, or something like the Fundamental Short 2, something like that. See what they are, but they are actually a lined short, so they do have a liner inside them. They're actually very similar to the Ron Hill ones that I've got, which are also lined, but these just are super comfortable. So I've actually got 4 pairs of these, so I can put them in rotation over the 24 hours. So that's kind of what I'll be wearing. I've left a pair of shoes in the house. Let me go and get the other pair of shoes. So the footwear that I'll be wearing, I've got 3 pairs of shoes that I'll be taking with me. In fact, that's a lie. I've got 4 pairs of shoes that I'll be taking with me. I've got my Hoka Bondis. I've got 2 pairs of these, so they'll be coming with me, and they're probably going to be the shoe that I wear the most. But I've also got the Cliftons, which have been a game changer since I put the new insole in there. Really happy with how they feel right now. So they'll be coming with me as well. But I've also got, my shoes are all dirty. I'm not cleaning them for this. But these are the Speedgoat 4s as well. Should the weather take a turn, then I've got the Speedgoat 4s to wear. And if the weather does take a turn, I've also got, what's this one called? What's this called? Do you know what? I don't know which model this is, but I've got the Montaigne running jacket, should it happen to get rainy. Now, you've seen me wearing this before. This is my Hoka hat, which I like to wear. What was the guy's name? There was a guy on one of my last videos. He replied saying you should maybe consider a sun visor, you know, because the hat can actually, great at keeping the sun off your face, but it can actually hold the heat close to your head, and recommend that I get a visor. Now, lucky for me, I live like 5 minutes away from the Montaigne outlet store, so I went and grabbed myself a Montaigne visor as well. I paid £10 for this at the outlet, and Is it the best colour? No. Will it do? Yes, it will do. I'm all right with that. Sunglasses, I wear Gooder sunglasses. I've got a couple of pairs of these that I'll be taking. I really like these because one, they're actually really quite cheap. They're £30 a pair. They do what they say, and they've got good lenses on them. They don't bounce up and down on your face. They don't move around. Once they're on and in place, they just seem to stay there. So I've got that. For the night time, we have to wear a torch. I think it's from 8 p.m. till 6 a.m. So I've got the Petzl Now Plus, I don't know how you say it, but I've got the Petzl. So that again should last me the night. I've just bought a Zone 3 racing belt for my number, so should I want to get changed, I'm not doing safety pins or magnets or anything. I can just pop that on and off. Again, it's got a nice clip on it, so it's quick and easy. If it gets chilly in the night time, I've got some Ron Hill merino wool gloves, so they are perfect as well. And obviously I will be carrying, as we've all seen a million times, my Salomon, what's this one called? I can't remember. Again, I could probably put that on the screen if I can be bothered. But that's my Salomon hydration vest with 2 bottles in the chest. And I've got these just as kind of, I don't see that I'm going to need these, but these are, what are these called? Black Diamond Distant Carbon Z running poles. So I've got these. I believe there are. I know most people will be like, oh, you don't need a running pole. It's not, you're not running up mountains, and you might be right. But you know what? If I get super tired, or when I get super tired, if I feel like that's going to help me, then I'll use it anyway and not worry about not running up a mountain. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So hopefully we get this out sooner rather than later, and you guys can say good idea, bad idea on some of this kit. We're almost at the point where it's too late now anyway, because again, I don't want to be trying anything new too close to race day. So I'm comfortable with all this stuff. It's all stuff that I've been using over the last however many months. One thing I was worried about with the shoes is, you know, I've been putting miles on them, but I checked this morning, and these are the ones that have had the most miles. They've done 120. So I think they've still got plenty of life left in them, certainly for this event. Although there are a couple of patches on the sole that's looking a bit worn, but they're comfortable. They're not feeling like they've had it. So I'm going to keep using them. The Speed Goats have done 60 miles, just over, and the Cliftons, I think the Cliftons were around, in fact, I can't remember the Cliftons. I think it's about 30 miles or something. No, it's not far, whatever it is. Hello, you, another one. So by the time this goes out, I mean, at the moment we're a couple of weeks away, but by the time this goes out, we might only be a week or so away from the event. So only a couple of videos to go, and then it'll be a race recap. So there we are. That's everything I'm taking. Let me know what you think, guys.